An outside receptacle cannot be fed from the ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, in the bathroom. Ground fault circuit interrupters are typically installed in wet or damp locations such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoors. They are designed to protect against electrical shock by interrupting the circuit if it detects a ground fault. There are several reasons why an outside receptacle should not be fed from the GFCI in the bathroom. Firstly, there are safety concerns. The bathroom GFCI is designed to protect the bathroom only. Extending its protection to an outside receptacle could create a safety hazard. If the outside receptacle were to become wet or damaged, it could potentially cause electrical shock to anyone using it. Secondly, electrical code violations may occur. Most electrical codes require that outdoor receptacles be on a separate circuit from bathroom circuits. This is because outdoor receptacles are more likely to be exposed to moisture and other environmental factors that can compromise their safety. Thirdly, circuit overloading may occur. The bathroom GFCI may not be able to handle the additional load of an outside receptacle. This could cause the GFCI to trip frequently or even fail altogether. Instead, it is best practice to install a separate GFCI for the outside receptacle. This will ensure that the outside receptacle is properly protected and meets electrical code requirements. For example, let's say the bathroom circuit is a 20 amp circuit already serving lights and other bathroom appliances. Adding an outdoor receptacle and its potential load could easily overload that 20 amp circuit, causing the breaker to trip. Furthermore, the National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides specific guidelines for outdoor receptacle placement and GFCI protection. Article 210.8 details the requirements for ground fault circuit interrupter protection for personnel. It mandates GFCI protection for 125 volt through 250 volt receptacles supplied by single-phase circuits rated 150 volts or less to ground when installed in specific locations, including outdoors. This requirement aims to minimize the risk of electrical shock in areas where moisture is present. Installing a separate GFCI ensures compliance with the NEC and provides adequate safety for outdoor use. Consider the potential for different types of loads connected to the bathroom circuit versus the outdoor receptacle. The bathroom may have a hairdryer, electric shaver, or other small appliances. The outdoor receptacle could power tools, lawn equipment, or holiday lighting. These different types of loads can draw varying amounts of current, making it difficult for a single GFCI to provide reliable protection for both locations. Using separate circuits and GFCIs allows for better load management and reduces the likelihood of nuisance tripping. Moreover, the distance between the bathroom GFCI and the outdoor receptacle can also impact the effectiveness of the protection. A longer wire run increases the impedance of the circuit, which can affect the GFCI's ability to detect a ground fault. A dedicated outdoor GFCI located closer to the receptacle provides faster and more reliable protection. Think about the practical aspects of using an outdoor receptacle powered by the bathroom GFCI. Every time the outdoor receptacle is used, someone would have to go into the bathroom to reset the GFCI if it trips. This is inconvenient and could discourage the use of GFCI protection altogether. A dedicated outdoor GFCI is easily accessible and can be reset without interrupting bathroom activities. Now, let's delve a bit deeper into the technical aspects of ground fault circuit interrupters. A GFCI works by monitoring the current flowing to and from an appliance or device. It measures the current in the hot wire and compares it to the current in the neutral wire. If there is a difference of 5 mA or more, the GFCI trips the circuit, cutting off the power and preventing electrical shock. This difference in current indicates that some of the current is leaking to ground, which could be through a person touching a live wire. The sensitivity of the GFCI is crucial for providing effective protection. It must be able to detect small ground faults quickly and reliably. The NEC specifies the performance requirements for GFCIs to ensure they meet these standards. When installing a GFCI, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. The GFCI must be properly grounded to function correctly. The wiring connections must be tight and secure to prevent loose connections that could cause arcing or overheating. Regular testing of the GFCI is also essential to ensure it is working properly. Most GFCIs have a test button that can be pressed to simulate a ground fault. When the test button is pressed, the GFCI should trip and cut off the power. If the GFCI does not trip, it should be replaced immediately. The NEC requires that GFCIs be tested monthly. In addition to GFCIs, other safety devices can be used to protect against electrical shock, such as arc fault circuit interrupters, or RFCIs. RFCIs are designed to detect arc faults, which are dangerous electrical conditions that can cause fires. Arc faults occur when there is an unintentional electrical discharge between two conductors, such as a loose connection or damaged wiring. RFCIs can detect these arc faults and trip the circuit before a fire can start. The NEC requires RFCIs in many circuits throughout the home, including bedroom circuits. Combining GFCIs and RFCIs provides comprehensive protection against both electrical shock and fire hazards. When planning electrical installations, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician. An electrician can assess the specific needs of the installation and recommend the appropriate safety devices and wiring methods. They can also ensure that the installation complies with all applicable electrical codes and standards. Working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself and others from electrical hazards. Always turn off the power before working on any electrical equipment. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as rubber gloves and safety glasses. Never work on electrical equipment when you are wet or standing in water. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, call a qualified electrician to do the job. Furthermore, consider the implications of using extension cords for outdoor receptacles. Extension cords can be a convenient way to provide power to remote locations, but they can also be a safety hazard if not used properly. Never use extension cords that are damaged or frayed. Choose extension cords that are rated for outdoor use and are the appropriate gauge for the amount of current being drawn. Avoid overloading extension cords by plugging too many devices into them. Always unplug extension cords when they are not in use. In addition to safety considerations, there are also practical reasons to avoid feeding an outdoor receptacle from a bathroom GFCI. The bathroom circuit may not be conveniently located for outdoor use. The code running from the bathroom to the outdoor receptacle could be a tripping hazard. It may also be unsightly to have a code running through a window or door. A dedicated outdoor receptacle provides a more convenient and aesthetically pleasing solution. When installing an outdoor receptacle, it is important to choose a weatherproof enclosure. The enclosure should be designed to protect the receptacle from rain, snow, and other environmental factors. It should also have a cover that can be closed when the receptacle is not in use. The NEC provides specific requirements for weatherproof enclosures for outdoor receptacles. These requirements ensure that the receptacles are adequately protected from the elements. Consider the different types of outdoor receptacles available. There are standard receptacles, GFCI receptacles, and combination GFCI/FCI receptacles. The type of receptacle you choose will depend on the specific needs of the installation and the requirements of the electrical code. A GFCI receptacle is always recommended for outdoor use to provide protection against electrical shock. Combination GFCI/FCI receptacles provide both ground fault and arc fault protection. When installing an outdoor receptacle, it is important to use the proper wiring methods. The wiring should be protected from physical damage and should be suitable for outdoor use. The NEC provides specific requirements for wiring methods for outdoor receptacles. These requirements ensure that the wiring is properly protected and will not deteriorate over time. Remember that electrical codes are constantly evolving to reflect new technologies and safety concerns. It is important to stay up to date on the latest code requirements to ensure that your electrical installations are safe and compliant. Consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector to learn more about the current electrical codes in your area. In summary, feeding an outdoor receptacle from a bathroom GFCI is not recommended due to safety concerns, electrical code violations, and potential circuit overloading. It is best to install a separate GFCI for the outdoor receptacle to ensure that it is properly protected and meets electrical code requirements. This will provide a safer and more convenient solution for outdoor electrical needs. Now let's consider some additional scenarios that might arise in residential electrical systems. Imagine a situation where someone wants to install a hot tub in their backyard. The hot tub will require a dedicated circuit and GFCI protection. The NEC provides specific requirements for hot tub circuits, including the size of the wire, the ampacity of the breaker, and the type of GFCI protection required. It is essential to follow these requirements carefully to ensure the hot tub is installed safely and will not pose an electrical hazard. Another common scenario is the installation of an electric vehicle charger in a garage. Electric vehicle chargers can draw a significant amount of current, and they require a dedicated circuit and GFCI protection. The NEC provides specific requirements for electric vehicle charger circuits, including the size of the wire, the ampacity of the breaker, and the type of GFCI protection required. It is also important to consider the location of the charger and ensure that it is protected from physical damage. In addition to these specific scenarios, there are also general electrical safety tips that everyone should follow. Never overload electrical outlets by plugging too many devices into them. Use power strips with surge protection to protect electronic equipment from voltage spikes. Replace any damaged or frayed electrical cords immediately. Keep electrical appliances away from water. Never attempt to repair electrical equipment unless you are qualified to do so. By following these safety tips, you can help prevent electrical accidents and protect yourself and your family from electrical hazards. Finally, let's discuss the importance of regular electrical inspections. A qualified electrician can inspect your electrical system and identify any potential problems before they become serious hazards. They can check for loose connections, damaged wiring, overloaded circuits, and other electrical issues. A regular electrical inspection can help ensure that your electrical system is safe and reliable. The frequency of electrical inspections will depend on the age of your home and the condition of your electrical system. However, it is generally recommended to have an electrical inspection at least every 3 to 5 years. In conclusion, electrical safety is a critical aspect of home ownership. By following the electrical codes, using the appropriate safety devices, and practicing safe electrical habits, you can protect yourself and your family from electrical hazards. Always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work and never attempt to do anything that you are not comfortable with. This information is for educational purposes only and should not be considered a substitute for professional electrical advice. Always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work.